good evening, and welcome, viewers, to MATCHFIT Entertainment's official coverage of Red Light Racing's 2025 LMU Series, third series for 2025 as we wind down to the end of the year here, ladies and gentlemen. We think round 4 tonight at Silverstone, the infamous Silverstone, which will be awesome to watch the hypercars stretch their legs. As always, J-Man right by my side. I'm Davo. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. J-Man.
Yeah, evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers. Welcome back to, as Davo said, a Monday night. Great to be back, and look, pretty pumped about this after last week. These things were absolutely fantastic. Multi-class racing here, the Hypers and the GT3s, and what a fantastic venue. All 5.89 kilometres of it, 18 turns up for grabs here. And I tell you what, just Davo and myself just doing a little bit of recce work there, watching the practice session, and can tell you that the Hypers have got a whole lot of fun, but some serious commitment involved in the race tonight. You know, I was picking up as we do see the first car, the Hypers get the first 10 minutes of quali rolling out, so we'll catch up on that as they cycle up on their outlap. For instance, I just picked up when they come through Abbey, that's off the old Hamilton Straight, the old start-finish line, and they tip it through that fast right-hander down there. They are tipping it in there at 230 kilometres an hour, and in comparison to a GT3, which on a good run is about 180k. So there's a 50k an hour closing margin if they catch GT3 in through there. There's around about 15 to 16 seconds a lap difference between the pace of the car. So we are going to see this hypercar come through the field several times, quite a few times actually tonight. And look, you know, we saw they did it with great effect last week and the week before as well, but last week was very exceptional, just the way that it bottlenecked both classes actually when they have to do those manoeuvres that, you know, can compromise a Hyper and a GT3, and it certainly plays into the battle.
For sure, and particularly in a place like Imola where, you know, there's a little bit less space to, you know, we'll obviously just get side by side to nail down an overtake. But here at Silverstone, however, J-Man, plenty of space, Formula One circuit, and plenty of passing opportunities just within their classes, let alone with the Hypers coming through at, like you mentioned, some breakneck speeds. The speed difference is massive. I think, well, it'll be well suited, I think, for the Hypers tonight. I think these guys are going to really enjoy this week's round. Although I did notice, I think one of the now ex, we'll call, Hyper drivers, Gunther Rowe. I don't know whether he's relegated himself back to a GT3 Ferrari or he's been demoted back to a GT3 Ferrari, but yeah, Gunther Rowe still carrying the Ferrari brand, but back in one of the GT3 cars at the for this round, J-Man.
Yeah, look, he's ducked to water too, mate. He was back there as the only guy to break into the 2-minute .0s in official practice. So maybe look, those first 3 rounds in a hypercars just slowed things down visually for him once he's jumped back into a GT3 car, and he's processing it all very, very well at the moment tonight as we embark on round 4. But yeah, you're right, Formula One style circuit. I did see a lot of the GT3 cars struggling with a little bit of lateral load, and a few spins earlier. I suppose if you're going to get it out of the way, you might as well do it in official practice. But I did see some big names rotating to the wrong direction in practice sessions. So finding the limits early with the drivers out there tonight, as we do see Dixie coming around out of Woodcote now, about to record a lap. So we'll see what that looks like. Now Shane Fodato has been the fast guy. He did drop into I think the 40 44s or 45s. They're doing, I think we're at 44.9.
Bloody quick, I think the official term is for J-Man. But yeah, and look, really coming to grips, and we've seen him improve over the last few weeks. New to the hypercars, obviously here in LMU. I think a little bit new to LMU, to be honest, J-Man, but still coming to grips with the hypercar, but seen some improvement. He's definitely throwing around in true Shane Fronaday style. J-Man.
10th and a half away in sector 1, and I don't know what sector 2 was, but he's about to round this up. Goes to the top on a 44.9, which replicates the time that he ran in that practice.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's dialed in, and I saw this thing on the hanger straight heading up towards Stowe, click over 301 kilometres an hour down the hanger straight. So mad fast are the Vipers here tonight. So looking forward to seeing himself, Dixie, and Chris Fraser go to battle here tonight. These things. So no Nate Bewley by the look of it tonight, which is a real shame because
yeah,
the guy was red hot last week.
Wow.
Very on a hell of a show.
Yeah, between him and Dixon J-Man, definitely put a hell of a show on in the hypercars. So yeah, sorely missed here this week. However, looks like Shane's going to take his place. So yeah, nice work from Fraser.
Yeah, so puts himself provisionally into P2 out of this. What is to be a 3-car class here tonight for these. Dixie to the top on a 44.5, so the pace has just ramped up.
Yeah.
Can we see these guys head north into the 43s? Man, that 44.5 is mega. Shane Fronaday
does
have sector 1 by a couple of tenths, close to sector 2, not quite through it. We've just rolled out of this one. Look after the tyre a little bit. Have another run at it. These guys do have 10 minutes, so just under 4 minutes left remaining for the Hypers.
Not long to go, J-Man. So they want to get it sorted out, obviously, in the next lap or so. Shane,
he still goes to the top on a 44.
I thought
he rolled out.
So backs off and still smashes a 44.4. Is that 43 possible? Well, quite possibly. Maybe not in this qualifying right now. But just looking at the pace of these guys, Jay, it looks well and truly possible. Oh, Chris Fraser in the sand as he just slips that thing onto the truck and back into the garage.
Two personal bests for Dixon on the slap. However, no magenta. That's still owned at the moment by Shane Fronaday, but a couple of personal bests. What can he make out of the back sector? Because I didn't think initially that Shane was fully on it in the back, but still delivered the lap. So here we go. Comes out of Woodcote now to round out and complete another lap. What does this do? He's in there on a 44.5. Goes 43.7. Deep into the 43s we go, Dave. That was all about the last sector. Look at it there. Green, magenta. So he's got more on the table.
So throwing down the gauntlet there, J-Man.
Yeah. And Shane Fronaday not even setting his own personal best this lap in sector 1 and 2. So he'll be looking for another with 2.25 minutes left to go. What has Chris Fraser got? He's back in the lane. Maybe pretty happy with the number that he's in there on at the moment. Either that or maybe just a couple of quick adjustments, but he is going to have to press on out there as long as he gets out and back before, I guess, the 145. I don't think he's going to do it, so that might be it for Fraser. So Fronaday, what can he do? What can he do?
Just
this lap?
Look at the body language on this car. Total commitment and just
chucks it into
and literally chucks it in. That's just that Fronaday style there, J-Man. You can see the thing roll on it, rotates well. A little bit of opposite lock. Oh, only a little bit of lock up there. Full commitment, J-Man. He needs a half a second here.
Well, Dixie's 24.636 through sector 1. Shane's a 24.4. Dixie is a 30.485 this lap round. Shane's a 30.416. Still no magenta for Shane Florido this lap. He is committed though. He is definitely going for this one, and probably with the realisation that there may be one more in it.
Dixon is still circulating a J-Man with 40 seconds to go. And out onto Hanger Straight.
This is Dixie's last one. Shane Florido, 31 seconds to go.
He might have another one. Yep.
The luxury of one more. Has the tyre got it in it? They do ask a lot in one lap of these tyres. You can see the way that they chucked them in. Okay, here we go. 43.992, so he does drop into the 43s. He needs more. He needs a good 2.5 tenths more.
Oh, Dixon is...
And Dixon's gone magenta sector 1, personal best sector 2. There's more to come for Dixie. Oh, and he nails.
Throwing all the cards on the table here. Throwing everything at it, J-Man. Not happy.
I was part of the circuit and he nailed those apexes down inside the village and the loop out of Aintree as well. Very, very good. So
start to see the GT's cars rolling out there just in the background, ladies and gentlemen, but we will just quickly stay on Dixon and Fondo's in the garage and Dixon out as well. J-Man.
Yeah, look, he was potentially on to go better, but obviously saw on the data that Florido was in and the job was done, but wow, that's mega. So 0.278 separates them, and then Fraser back another 1.3, so that is going to be a hotly contested battle as we look towards Hayden Tegg, Croston, Macrolos, Clements, Dawson, Rowe, Mitchell, Fox, Bone. Or have I gone too far? No, I ended Fox, I think.
I think we ended Fox, yes.
Yep.
I thought I did see Lee Perkins in earlier, but anyway, I might have been mistaken. But down 11 cars on track as far as we can tell tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 3 of those being the hypercars in Will Dixon taking pole position, Shane Florido closely followed too, mind you, only by a couple of tenths, and Chris Fraser in third. If last week's hyper race at the top at Imola wasn't close enough, I reckon Silverstone, I think it's just the right track for those things. So definitely watch that space. We see the GT cars out now for their 10-minute qualifying session. J-Man, who was that first car? Is that
Hayden Tegg.
It
yep,
is Hayden.
Teggles
Yep.
is out there. Little wiggle through one as he came through Cops. The rear just decided to part ways with the asphalt, but he gathered it up quite nicely and got back into the throttle pretty quickly. But you'll see just a very different attitude from these GT3 cars. Albeit this is a flowy natured track, these things just really nervous in the rear, and like I said, I saw plenty of guys finding the absolute limit during practice tonight, so hopefully they've tidied that up, but they are going to push hard for quali, so wouldn't be at all surprised if we see someone just take a little too much in this one. Croston does have the honours, obviously being second car on the road, of going magenta in sector 1, so he's up on Hayden Tegg at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Also, one to keep an eye on, like you said, J-Man, Gunther, like a duck to water, just jumping back in one of the GT3 cars and just, you know, one of the fastest cars on track.
Yep. Okay, so who took sector 2? So Costas Macrolos now fastest through sector 2, and he has got Croston up ahead of him as a carrot.
Crossy in the number 43 Sim Blacks. Aston Martin J-Man looking stellar as ever. chasing down Hayden at the moment. Well, not chasing down, it's not a race, it's qualifying, so it's just a carrot. Or golf blue and orange carrot.
Gunther Rowe is building into a lap here, fastest through sector 2 by some margin over some of the guys ahead of him. So, albeit we're going to see Ted go straight to the top with what will be a 203. Expect some lower numbers. 202.1 for Crossland. What does Macross got? He'll be next off on the list. He goes to 203.3, so just in between Crossland and Teg. Dawson should be the next one through. What has Pete got? Pete goes and knocks Teg down with a 203.4. And Gunther Rowe, he goes up behind Steve Crossland on a 202.1 also. So look at that margin. 202.140 plays a 202.160. Super tight, the margins at the top.
No surprise. Steve Crossland and Gunther Rowe, first and second there. Man, Costas Makalos rolling in third position in the GT class. Pete Dawson in fourth. The numbers are rolling in. Tegel's got some work to do in eighth.
Yeah, Crossy with a bit of a conundrum here because he is up in sector 1 and now he's found himself right up and behind Hayden Teg, and he's on a personal best in sector 2 as well. So he's fast, but he's actually got a little bit of traffic.
And he's
just misses the apex just slightly.
And he's also got over 4 minutes to go yet, so he's got some time to work on that situation there. G'day, Wally. Mr. Warrenbake, yeah, go Slambo. Yeah, he's doing okay in the hypers, mate, so, yeah. The Slambo fan club in Wally Baker there tuning in. Nice work, guys. While you are there, we have 25% off tonight on likes on the stream. So if you jump on it now, it's a Black Friday thing. So just get your ass in there, 25% off, hit that like button. Bro, what a time to do it.
201.2 for Crossland, 201.2 for Macrolos. Where is Rowe? What has Rowe got? Here he comes. He's down sector 1, sector 2 by his standards, but can he deliver a good sector 3? No, 206.4, so not the best lap there from Gunther. Maybe had some traffic or maybe a little bit of an incident there because it's well off the pace.
Oh, look, a second off Macrolos there, J-Man. So, I mean, Macrolos well learned in the Lexus, and obviously Rowe just back after a stint in the hypers in the GT3 car. So, yeah, it can be
Yeah,
excused.
like I said, he ran a 2-minute flat 0.7 in practice, so he's left a bit on the table at the moment. Gunther Rowe, he's in there on a 202.1. Last that round was a 206.4, so one suspects something didn't kind of go too well, that one. But yeah, personal best now, sector 1, Gunther Rowe, so he's into it. So look through the field, Crossland not on his best lap this one, rolled out of it.
And just quietly, J-Man, PD in second on the totem at the moment.
And owns sector 2 as well with the magenta there, so he's going very well through the mid part of the lap. So look for PD, currently sitting P2.
P2 on the board at the moment in the GT class cars, J-Man. We had a cracking call last week. It was great racing. I expect nothing less again tonight here. I think Silverstone well suited to both classes of these cars here, J-Man. So really looking forward to this one. Daggles, what do you got? Oh,
Pete Dawson here, watch the back end here. Pete. I reckon Pete Dawson may have finished this lap off. What's he got? Goes P1 on a 2-minute 0.7. That's very close to the number we saw Gunther Rowe run in official practice. It's a big number, but Rowe is on a number also. And he goes magenta in sector 3. personal best through 1-2, and he's in there on a 2:01.045, so more of what we expected out of Gunther Road.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, Lisa. Yes, look, we
Well,
are
speaking of
barracking.
tackles, he does go
We
personal
are
best
barracking.
in sector 1.
We've got a couple of tackles fans here. Absolutely. So, moves up the list there a little bit. Bit of a slow start in qualifying, and time is running out, J-Man. We've only got 32 seconds left to run.
Yep.
As he gets across the line. Well, he doesn't actually.
No, he's on the back. He's in the back sector now.
Yeah.
So
in that middle sector, with that much time, I don't think they get back around to the line. I know the hypers were getting back around to the line, but maybe not these guys. So that is 1, 2, top of the third row in the GT class cars. So not too bad for Hayden. Costa's already back in the pits, as is Crossland, Rowe, and oh no, PD's still out, J-Man.
Yeah, he was actually magenta in sector 2, but he just had a big wiggle, so I'm not expecting too much at the back end of this one. However, Hayden Teague's pressed on with this, hugging the wall. What does he do? He did improve 2:01.3, stays P5. Pete Dawson comes into the pit lane.
Hang on. Whoa. We haven't mentioned Harry Lawrence yet, J-Man, tonight. What the hell?
Now, where is Harry Lawrence? He's P8.
Back in the back.
Magenta sector 1.
Does that really matter?
Oh no, he's not.
When it's Harry Lawrence, J-Man.
Okay, what's the numbers? Okay, 29.4 sector 1.
He's not listening to me.
2. Well, it just means that once again we'll see Harry Lawrence make moves from probably further down the order than his pace actually looks like. Who's this? Okay. Yes, a couple of personal bests for Harry, but like you said, I think he could start from pit lane and still find himself in the fight.
Absolutely. It looks like Robbie Mitchell actually just rolling out of it as well. We were just talking about Harry and himself. Just looks like he's completing this lap. And that will be it for qualifying, J-Man. Yeah, round 4, Silverstone.
Harry Lawrence goes to P4. Gets the position best in sector 3.
Go figure. There you
go. He always comes good in the end, doesn't he, Harry?
He does. He plays the long game, even in the freaking race, even in qualifying. 10 minutes, and he still gets it done. So nice work from Lawrence. J-Man, where are we? We're at round 4 at Silverstone for Rainlight Racing's 2025 LMU Series. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. And right. Thank you, legends, for joining us here once again for this. Let's talk points. Do we got points? I think we got points. Let's talk points quickly before these guys go and get gridded up. So, Harry Lawrence holding down the lead with 112 points. George Goddard, Isaac Ichikawa. I don't think Goddard or Ichikawa here tonight. So, good points grab for Robbie Mitchell. Don't think Wozniak's here either. I think we do have this Stephen Crossland guy though. Stephen Crossland in 6th position. Hayden Teague always here in 7th. Costas Makalos, Lee Perkins, Robbie Fox. Crossland. Sorry?
Equal points with Crossland as Hayden Teague.
Yes, so
5 points.
Battle. Yeah, well, there you go. Watch that space over the race. Pete Dawson in 11th. Jason Bone, a whole bunch of these guys not here tonight. Ryan Clemens is here tonight. Joseph Marnie away. I think Mitchell Smith is away. Mr. Roo is away. And Gunther Rowe back to 0 because he's gone back to a GT3 class car. Quick look at this little part of the board. The hypercars stuff. Will Dixon, Nathan Bewley, Chris Fraser, and Shane Fodderno. You can see the points there. I don't need to tell you. Here's the calendar. There it is. We're at Silverstone, round 4, 75-minute race. Once again, J-Man, no CPS, but we know these boys can't run this race in one go. So we know they're going to have to stop somewhere along the line. Let's get a little bit of footage. Here we go. What's going on? Come on. There we go, cars. Landing on track as we speak. At the top of that list is Will Dixon. Of course, Will Dixon. Shane Fodderno, right next to him. Chris Fraser with PD sitting beside him in one of the GT cars. Gunther Rowe, Steve Crossland, Harry Lawrence, Costas Makrolos, Hayden Tegg, Robbie Mitchell, Ryan Clements, and Robbie Fox, I think, in the background as well. Yes, he is, in that colourful Mercedes-Benz. Watch these hypers take off, guys.
Formation lap has started.
Friggin' lightning. So roll off very short little formation here. So it's pretty quick fire stuff. They're just coming down a little bit short back straight here. A couple of corners and they'll be straight into it. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. All you guys are legends. Awesome stuff. Thanks for your support. I'm sure Red Light Racing appreciates it as well. Like I said, 25% off lights tonight here at MATCHFIT Entertainment. So click the button and you'll get a discount. Jump on it. Black Friday sale or some shit. I don't know. Click the button. Here we are, guys. Shane Fodderno, J-Man in the caddy. This, I don't know. Do you think it's going to be a Will Dixon, Shane Fodderno battle rather than a Will Dixon, Bewley battle? Shane definitely stepped up here.
Yeah, look, I think if he can get in the groove pretty early and just settle it down and just tuck in, I think he's got the pace. So,
Green flag,
here we go. We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. We do have a green flag. And like lightning, the boys take off, but we quickly to this, because look at this in the background. 2, 3 wide almost. Out of 1.
GTs are at it.
And it is on. It looks like a freaking BTCC race, ladies and gentlemen. Jostling for position, lap 1 here. Round 4, Silverstone. Beautiful clear weather here today too, J-Man. So nice track temps. Cars will be up to speed pretty damn quickly. And look at this top 3. PD, Gunther Rowe, Steve Crossland. Gunther Rowe takes second position there. Yeah. Costas Makrolos. In the background, Harry Lawrence.
Harry Lawrence gone back a couple, Crossland, very, very wide.
Oh, goes in deep there, J-Man. That's a bit, oh, look, he's vulnerable to Robbie Mitchell there as well. Teggles not too far behind. Hayden Tegg in the fro. Bit of a wriggle from Teggles there. Ryan Clements, lap 1. As you would expect, super close. Let's just have a quick sticky peek about what's going on up the pointy end here. And Fodderno all over Dixon, J-Man.
Yeah, I thought the caddy had it maybe a mile an hour or 2 in the straight line on the BMW. Although we know that they'll generate their lap speed through the corner with the Euro packages.
Sure.
And, but yeah, Fodderno, if he's close enough, I think the thing definitely has got some good straight line tonight. So watch the space is right with it. Dixie just a little wide out of Luffield and Woodcote there. Shane right nipping on the heels now as they tip it in to Cox at over 200k an hour.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, they're 280k at the start of Maggots, and then they start scrubbing off the speed down through Beckett's into Chapel. So, and then all the way up north of 290, heading towards 300k up here. 299 time through. Pete Dawson still holds down that first position with Gunther Rowe right on his heels in the GDs, and then Macrolos with a good start to this race with Harry Lawrence in tow and effectively P4 in class.
Absolutely,
right.
J-Man.
Just with a wiggle.
Couple of Ferraris up the front, yeah, and Crossy obviously with that little wiggle, he's dropped a couple of posies there, but yeah, watch that space as well. Couple of Ferraris up the front and a couple of really good Lexus pedaling drivers behind him in Costas Makalos and Harry Lawrence. So that foursome there will watch that ramp up in the next couple of laps as these guys get settled. Steve Crossan and a little bit of clean air and just chasing that pack. Unlike Robbie Mitchell, who has got Hayden Tegg all on his case, all up in his grill here, J-Man.
Yeah, Tegg putting on the heat at the moment.
So plenty going on there as we try and we literally we are calling two races here, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with us. Just duck between the hypers and the GT cars here. Plenty going on. Round 4. PD holding his own. J-Man, sorry, Gunther Rowe, Costas Makalos, Harry Lawrence. That will be a tight battle, I think, in the next couple of laps. What do you got on, J-Man?
Oh, yeah, look, that's going to be a long-winded argument this evening. I think those four there, and if Crossy can get himself back in touch, you know, that'll be a five-way discussion about how you feel about the racetrack and everything in between. But hey, no, just looking there, just want to pick up on the hypers and the pace that they're going around. Just the fact that Will Dixon didn't record a lap for me last lap round.
Okay.
Because that'll be by way of a track cut. So just be conscious that if they ask too much of the track limits tonight in those hypers, given that they are going so fast through these corners, that could be a real factor. Interesting note as well, Fodado and Dixon and Fraser look to be on 3 different tyre compounds. Looks like Dixie.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what he's on, but I'm not sure what the graphic is there, but it's definitely different. Fodado's on a medium, Chris Fraser on a hard.
There you go. Awesome stuff. A little bit of a gap between now Fodado and Dixon, and then obviously a little bit of a gap back to Chris Fraser here. Unlike what the hell is going on in the top 4 here at the moment.
Yeah, although Pete Dawson really just making a break.
He has, yes, but Steve Crossan's taken his place on the back of that little foursome there.
That
so,
yep.
Yes. So PD really does need to focus here, doesn't he? Because I'm sure Gunter will have to, start to focus on his rear view, and Makalos and Lawrence coming through. Crossy's not going to go away without a mistake here.
No, very much a Ferrari versus Lexus battle going on there with an Aston just to chuck in the mix as well. So what is the gap here? So Shane's still in touch, definitely still in touch.
Oh yeah. But just a bit of a gap there though, isn't it?
Yep.
Nice work. Good work at the top. Only 3 hypers in the race tonight. Doesn't mean the racing isn't as intense as always. Clearly,
yeah, now our hypers aren't that far away.
Okay, so we were having a little bit of a debate, weren't we, pre-stream about when we thought here at Silverstone that hypers would come around and start lapping the field. J-Man, and what we were sort of saying was 12, 13 minutes maybe, or maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around there.
Yep. Oh, look at bloody Crossland. We'll just get over the rear wing of Harry Lawrence's car. So, two formidable pedalers here in Lawrence and Crossland going at it, J-Man. This is on the back of that little four-way train there.
Yeah, so look, Pete Dawson's doing a good job at the moment just to try and hold that 1 second or thereabouts margin.
Yeah.
Just try and stay just ahead of the toe.
It's bugger all, isn't
margins.
it? The Gaffy's got his bugger all. And it looks like actually Gunther's got, oh, maybe not quite so much, maybe 6/10 or 7/10 back to that lot as well. So he'll want to focus on that. Gunther, stay focused, brother. We know you can do it.
Yeah, and the second gap also 1.1 for Shane Fodero, Will Dixon. So Fodero settled in now. Looks like probably, I would think, at lap 5 they have really put themselves and the cars up to 10. And now it's just about being accurate, hitting all those marks, heading up towards what'll be, you know, a pit stop and a re-energise, which will be some time from here. Just looking at the energy burn, they haven't even burnt 20% yet, so based on that. But Gunther Rowe, fastest lap of the race for the GD3 cars, 201.831, very close on his heels was Pete Dawson, 201.844, so nothing in it. And we can see out there the current margin is around about 6/10 of a second. Those two clearly broken away from the Lexuses, and in the recent past, Steve Crossan has dispatched Costas Macrolos.
Oh, okay, so that's just happened in the background. We're just having a look at a few of the boys in the field a little bit further back. Oh, look at actually PD and Gunther Rowe now, J-Man. So a little bit of a change of positions just in the background there, like you mentioned. Steve Crossan past Costas Macrolos, and we have Gunther Rowe starting to apply the blowtorch to the back of PD's Ferrari there. PD off. PD as with the tips a wheel over the grass, and Gunther does it on the inside on the exit there.
Yeah, tricky piece of racetrack down through the loop and then out of Aintree there. Really just asked you to lean on that right rear tyre for quite a long time, and you just saw Pete just get a little wiggle and it just opened the steering up just to catch the slide, and it just put him a fair way off a line and gave Gunther a good sniff. And then, as you mentioned, Gunther picked up the inside curb.
Yeah, I think he saw a little bit, just that slightest of a gap, and he goes, look, I'm going in there. I'm going. And picked up that inside ripple strip here. But here, these guys, the heart rate settles back down just ever so slightly. And here they are through T1. Maggots, Beckett's, J-Man. Serious set of corners, this. Legendary. Who's your money on that little battle there going on, PD and GR? Man, it could go your way, couldn't it?
Yeah, look, I've raced probably a little bit more with Pete Dawson, and he's a guy that can definitely go the distance, and you know, Gunther is incredibly fast, but I'm going to say Pete Dawson by way of he's just had more time in that Ferrari this season. So Gunther coming out of the hyper, yep, sure things have probably slowed down a lot visually, but
fair call, yep.
At the moment, I think that Pete Dawson probably can go the distance. However, that's not saying that Gunther Rowe might not try and put a pass on him yet.
True that. As we have eyes on the number 43, Sim Black's Aston Martin of Stephen Crossland.
Yeah, and speaking of Crossland, the car up in front of him, the 9 car, Harry Lawrence, that is a guy that you can't discount what is Gunther Rowe having a little bit of a look here.
Same corner, J-Man. Same corner.
Yep.
He's flashing the lights this time, though. Trying to rattle PD. Deep dive under brakes there. No overlap. Just shows that he's got the potential. These two guys just flexing at each other will allow Lawrence, big wriggle there from Gunther Rowe as well. This will allow Lawrence to just focus in on the back of that a little bit.
Hayden Tegg threw on Robbie Mitchell as well, so that was a big work on for Hayden Tegg, and he got the job done.
Hypers through.
Yep, starting to come through the field now.
So what time? What time is that? What do we got? Where are we at? 15 minutes. $13 minutes. Would have been. Who's that? Chris Fraser in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, not sure. Chris Fraser, I think maybe wanting to get off of that hard tyre, just not being able to get it to work at all, really. So Fraser at 140.
Sorry to interrupt. Costas Makalos backwards off the track, down the end of hanger.
Right, and he's found himself with the company of Hayden Tegg now, so good for Tegg.
Oh, definitely good for Tegg. Costas. Oh, look, it didn't look as settled as he normally is, but I didn't think I would see him backwards in.
Look at this here. Look at Will Dixon, where he's caught the traffic, and look where Shane's caught it. Look, it's closing the gap. He who gets the better run here.
Here we go. So this is the leaders now. So past Lawrence now, past Rowe, and past PD.
Bottido got the better run through the pack there, for sure.
15 minutes, but they did start lapping the field much earlier than that, J-Man, so. Whew.
So there you go, your two leaders through. Obviously Chris Fraser back down in the pit lane to grab a tyre. No, he's actually parked it, he's called it a night, so only the two hypercars remain out there in that class. So it is a battle between Will Dixon and Shane Bottido. 16th of a second separate those two guys, and then back to this fantastic battle between Pete Dawson, Gunther Rowe, Harry Lawrence, and Steve Crossan just lurking in the shadows there.
This is a good bunch of drivers, J-Man, here.
Very talented.
There's a lot of talent sitting right there in that little four-pack. So, no surprise to see him so close, even after, what are we, 15 minutes in.
Yeah.
Nice work. We'll keep an eye on the timing up at the pointy end, but we will just keep you updated on progress on Hayden Tegg, on Costas Makalos backing it in at the end of Hanger Straight there. I wouldn't say it's made him vulnerable to Teggs, but it's put Teggs back in touch with him. And in the backup shot, that is, yes, Robbie Mitchell's stunning looking Bilstein BMW there, the 36 car. So nice work. Robbie Fox circulating in one of the Mercs, and Ryan Clements, a J-Man, rounding out the 11 tonight. But yes, we did have one retirement, and it was in Chris Fraser.
Yep. Now, Gunther Rowe's just a bit careful here. It's 2 laps in a row I've seen him.
Yep.
When they come down, basically towards Brooklands.
Yep.
I believe it was, and then he has a big look at the inside. Actually, it was the inside, and he has a big look at Pete Dawson, and he's got Harry Lawrence just right behind him, and if he does that too much and gets off a line or has to open up the steering because he's had too much of a look down the inside, Lawrence will pounce on that, and Steve Crosson's he is right there as well. So Crosson's car's very good through Sector 1 and 2, and then they just gap him a little bit at Sector 3. I'm not sure what's happening there, but...
well, look, I'll show you what's happening there. We'll do a bit in-car, in Harry Lawrence's car, and look at the wheel work. What he's doing to achieve the times that he's doing. Particularly, well, we saw a little bit of it back there, got through Beckett's, but it's just like there's a lot going on here. Working very hard in the Lexus J-Man to stay in touch with the two Ferraris. You sort of, when we jump back into Crossy's car, the guy always looks smooth as silk. It's just his style, isn't it, J-Man? Very smooth on the inputs. Never looks phased. So, very tidy. Vastly different styles of driving. So, nice work. But look at how close these guys are still, J-Man. And we are...
And so this is
20 minutes in.
Just dropped Crossy a little bit a couple of times now, just out of there. So, Crossy might just need to look at his line coming out of the loop in Aintree there just to try and tidy that up and try and hang with him. He does catch back up the back here, but just seems like heading down towards Brooklands and Luffield, he's just not in a position to do anything down there. They just gap him a little bit there. So although he catches back up and he's very good through Sector 1 in the middle, so it's just that back end there. The actual two Ferraris are very, very good as well at the back end.
Ferrari's actually looking particularly solid, J-Man, I think. Just for body language, just to look at it from the outside in. I mean, we've still got to give credit to the boys peddling these cars, PD and GR. So, you know, G's doing a fantastic job putting pressure on Pete. Definitely towards the end of the lap there. So, Gunther with a little bit more pace at the back end of the lap here. Lawrence a little bit back and forth with his times, but look, he's only going to have a certain amount of time that he can muck around like that, because Crosson really is starting to hone in on the back of that Lexus, and he's, like you mentioned, J-Man, the slightest of mistakes, Crosson will be all over it, won't he?
Yeah, it's going to go with the best 5-lap average, though. He's in there on a last 5-lap average of a 201.0 versus the leader Pete Dawson on a 202.3.
Well, there you go. Wow.
So it's Gunther Rowe that's putting, I guess, the best average package together, and that bodes well for the duration. If he can keep those averages up, you know, he's going to stay there at the front and potentially have an opportunity, and he looks good. He'll show the nose down here once again, and he's got a bit of a gap to Harry Lawrence, and there he goes, has a big look out, pulls back in. But that was, I think, one of the danger zones. If he does that and then blows the apex on the way through from being shallow, that's where he's got to be careful of Harry Lawrence. But look, he literally just popped out, waved to PD, and then jumped back in the line.
He's been doing that a little bit, hasn't he? And it's got the obvious, clearly he's getting the braking right as well, because he does make a fairly healthy gain in that braking area. So again, pretty speedy down the back end of the circuit here in that last sector. Looking over the rear hip of PD's car. What just happened? No, we are just watching Gunther go ducking and a weaving from one side of Pete Dawson's car to the other there. Looks spectacular.
I'm one eye on Florido as well, because he was really pressing the issue this lap through the middle with Will Dixon, and these guys are very fast approaching the pack again. You can just see how close Shane Florido was coming out of Woodcote there.
So he's half that gap in the last lap. Like last time I looked, they were second apart. Now look at them. Oh, it's nearly 2 tenths. So
yeah, and good play if he can be within you know, half a second when they catch the traffic.
Absolutely.
Even second for that matter. If Will Dixon ends up, you know, arriving first on the scene and it's a little bit awkward, that's an opportunity there for Shane. So he's doing a great job of that. Meanwhile, it's hard to take your eyes off of the four-way here. Pete Dawson, Gunther, Harry Lawrence, Steve Crossland, and Costas Maklos still just got immense pressure at the moment from Hayden Tegg. So that's a good battle that's going on. Robbie Mitchell. Who has Robbie Mitchell got behind him? It's Ryan Clements.
Is it?
He's a lap down. Yep.
Yeah. I thought Clements was down.
Oh, Gunther Rowe through. Sorry, mate. Gunther Rowe through on Pete Dawson. Harry Lawrence mounting a challenge. So we just... Sorry, mate. I missed something there.
Yeah, so obviously a little bit... And we did just flick back to the hypers there, and they were actually just rounding up Robbie Fox there too. So they're starting to come back through the field, J-Man. But, yeah, slip up from PD, clearly. Damn, I missed my replays when we J-Man. But here we are.
Yep.
On the action. Gunther Rowe now leading that GT class. PD now having to fend off Harry Lawrence.
Yeah, so Gunther Rowe gets the job done, and look at this. He's looking to check out. He has got nearly 7/10 of a second over Pete Dawson, having to look in the mirror at Harry Lawrence, having a big look, and Crossland sizing him up as well. So I'm sure Gunther Rowe, we think these guys can battle all they like. And look, it's only probably going to be another half a lap to a lap away before they see the hypers come through again.
Well done, Wally. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you later. J-Man, plenty going on track here now. Particularly in the GT class, we hesitate every now and then. We just go over and have a look at the hypers, and then we look back and shit's gone down. Look at this, and we're looking at it again here now. We just quickly flick back. PD under threat from Lawrence. Is Lawrence going to get it done? PD's just like, no chance, brother.
This is a great battle. They're side by side. Crossland's got the box seat to watch this.
Hasn't he?
And PD prevails in that one intermittently because Harry Lawrence is going to have a run down the inside. Crossland's going to try and go with him here. Oh, just clears the nose. Down into Cops. That is mega fast.
Wow. It's not over. Look at these two guys going at it as we get out of the front of Steve Crossland's car, J-Man. One of the most famous setter corners in motorsport history, generally. Seriously. Look at this! PD covers!
Goes to the outside. Good battle, very good battle, and even better for Gunther Rowe because he's getting to check out.
He's off. Here we go. It's like he's got it. He's got it.
Started P4, finds himself in class in P2.
That took nearly a lap, right, to execute.
And importantly for Gunther Rowe, it gained 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds over those points.
Yep.
However, Hypers up the front, that is still only a half a second as they start rounding up the field as they just come flying past Hayden Tegg. So next one on their list will be Steve Crossland, and it won't take them too long to end up on Crossland's doorstep.
So right on schedule, J-Man. At about, I don't know, 20, what does it mean? 26 or something. We're pretty much on schedule here.
So I reckon Shane Fodado, I reckon Will Dixon got a better run through there. Just caught maybe caught Teagles in the right place there and not so much for Fotado, but we're about to see what happens here as Dixie comes up on Crossland and Cohen. He's going to catch them. Where is it? Beckett's. Yes, he does a good job of the first part. Still looks good here. He's going to come out, get on the gas, get past Harry Lawrence. No worries there. Shane Fotado, probably an equal run through there.
Out of the rear of Gunther Rowe's car here. Just watch Dixon blast past there. You can see just in the back of shot there, that was Shane Fotado sneaking past
so
Harry.
Fotado might catch Gunther Rowe in an awkward position here. Yep. He's just going to have to be patient here. That's just going to cost him on the clock.
Yep.
Yeah, see there, 2.2 seconds.
Look, stellar work from these guys, J-Man. You know, there's a lot going on as we watch the hypers roll through that GT pack. For all drivers involved, isn't it? The hypers and the GT cars alike. So, stellar job. We've seen such great respect, actually, already all season. So these guys, clearly high racing IQs, as we just watched Steve Crossan let Pete Dawson past.
Yeah, okay. Was that a let pass or?
It looked a bit like it.
There was.
But maybe not. They're both such gentleman drivers, J-Man, really. Anything can happen.
Harry Lawrence, 1.52 away from the back of Gunther Rowe. We'll look to see what he can do. Lap averages still favour Gunther Rowe. 201.074 is his 5-lap average, which is very, very good, versus Harry Lawrence 202.4, 202.3 for Pete Dawson, 203.7 for Crossland. And then Hayden Teague's average is very, very good, 202.8, so he is super consistent. Just needs to just make that margin up down the road a little bit by way of track position, but he's very, very consistent.
And consistency is key, David, when it comes to hitting your marks in this sort of game. Will Dixon now with a healthy, 2-second lead on Shane Fotado. Gunther Rowe, healthy lead on the rest. Hang on, let me see if I can adjust my little freaking timing thing here. And
play with the totem, mate.
Play with the totem. That sounds all kinds of wrong, but there it is. I think, is that the one? Yes, that is the one. There you go. Gap to next.
It's your totem, mate, it's fine.
Well, true that.
Okay, so yeah, that margin just really stretched out a little bit, but hey, look, Shane Fotado just got to stay consistent here. Lap averages for those guys are 46.5 for Dixon as a 5-lap average, 46.2 for Shane Fotado. So if anything, he's a little bit more consistent. However, you can see it out on track. 2.9 seconds. So Shane will be begging them to catch back up to the GTs again and hope that Will Dixon doesn't have a smoother run as he did last time through.
Well, he's going to have to run through them again at least twice more, I suspect, J-Man, before the end of this race. So he will get his chance.
So
Macrolos back. Is he pitted, maybe?
He's pitted. Yeah, he's pitted. So he's fueled for home now with just under 44 minutes left to run in this one. So bit of a reverse strategy here on the fuel and energy to see if he can make something at the back end. And
just looking at the body language, we've got him on camera at the moment, but looking at the body language of the car, he is pushing freaking hard, I tell you. It's no mucking around. Macrolos, a good steerer, and
look at this, Crossland
on Lauren. Get it done, J-Man.
Yep. So what? I'm not sure what happened to Harry Lawrence because he was P2.
Oh, crossing around. So the 43 car around J-Man. Crossy.
And I was going to say the floor's like lava, but it's actually like ice when you see him on the grass.
Oh, yeah. Tom Teggles now in touch. Now, we've seen this with Hayden Tegg before. We saw Costas Makalos unforced backwards at the end of Hangar. Now we are watching Crossland struggling a little bit at, what is it more? It's not even midway through the race, J-Man. What's going on? Come on, guys.
Yeah, so just got an awkward kick off the curb there. Now that's going to have superheated the rears on the Aston as well. So he just probably needs to be careful coming through these next sections just to make sure the thing doesn't let go on him. Okay, so down to 1.9 seconds, Shane Fodderdo to Will Dixon, all around about 2 seconds.
Who's
so he's
that in the
a good
pit?
second out of that.
Oh, that's PD.
Pete Dawson.
Who's that in the box? Oh, he's in and out. Okay.
No,
I just heard the horns blowing. I thought it was...
Harry Lawrence. Harry Lawrence.
It was Lawrence. Okay, there you go. So Gunther Rowe, J-Man, Will Dixon, Shane Fodderdo. First and second, well, clearly they're the only two hypers in the race at the moment here, round 4, at Rainlight Racing's 2025 LMU series. We're at Silverstone, and the hypers are definitely stretching their legs here, very much so. But Gunther Rowe on camera as we speak with, I don't even know that. I don't even think that is that PD behind him. It is too. But healthy lead for Gunther Rowe, first of the GT cars, leading the GT3 class at the moment, and with a stellar effort. PD chasing Steve Crossan with a little bit of an unforced error in the last lap, back in that 3rd position / 5th. Hayden Tegg has been the steady guy here tonight. He literally just doesn't look like he's made any mistakes.
Yeah, and look, and that lap average is he's bang on the button with Crossan, hence why he's out there on track with it now as well. So both of them on 2037 averages. By way of obviously Crossan just having a half a lose, that's upset his, and brought him back track position wise too, Tig. So Hayden doing a good job here.
Fourth position in class, so it's and that's why. There you go. Robbie Mitchell seems to have has not had a lot of airtime, to be honest. Robbie Mitchell tonight seems to have kept his nose clean, car pointing in the correct direction. That's grill forwards. Harry Lawrence, up and down race so far. Robbie Fox in the background. Costas Makalos already one of the fitted cars, so back down in 10th outright, but 8th in the GT class. J-Man.
Yeah, look, in regards to Harry Lawrence, I think this is a smart play because historically we see Harry do his best work when he's trying to claw his way back through a field. Now, hitting earlier than his competitors, I think will bode well. He's got a lot of fresh air out there. Just a massive amount of clear track up to what'll be the next 2 cars that, you know, in front of him are the hypers. So I think he'll do good here if he can go and bang out those laps, get that lap average down and play himself back into what will be the fight with Gunther Rowe, Pete Dawson. It's certainly going to be the fight between himself, Pete Dawson and Steve Crossan. Will be just what can be done with the margin, Gunther Rowe, because he has now got 6.5 seconds over P2 in class, which is Pete Dawson. So Gunther really made hay while those three were battling. Pete Dawson, Steve Crossland and Harry Lawrence. When they started trading, Gunther Rowe was all about eyes forward and looking to make a great resurgence in the GT3 class.
So just a reminder of what that looked like at the beginning of the race, J-Man. It was, you know, like in no particular order. It was Gunther Rowe and PD. I think PD was leading at the time. A couple of Ferraris. But then we had Lawrence and Makalos right behind him in the two Lexi. And Steve Crossland tailing that pack. So it's changed up a lot now. Costas Makalos and Harry Lawrence both have pitted, and you suspect,
Tig in the pits.
They're fuel to the finish. So, is it the mega undercut here for these guys, or overcut?
Yeah, potentially, and you're going to get the first read on it because Hayden Tegg's in the pits now, and you know him and. Actually, no, it was him and Steve Crossland were close when he came in, wasn't it? So Harry Lawrence should effectively be a little bit further up the road as Tegg gets released off the Jackson.
But remember Teggles, like Makalos after an unforced error actually came back to Teggs as well. Teggs has just sat in the same position, you know, like the whole race, and these guys have sort of come and gone in front of him, you know, so...
Now Foster's coming down the front straight, Tegg coming out, so they are going to be somewhat a bit closer. However, Hayden Tegg wins that battle at the moment.
Well, see, that's a good thing because Makalos, even with the error at the end of Hangar, ended up in front of Teggles. So good gain from Hayden.
Oh, Shane Fodado with a lose. Shane Fodado round. So the caddy just lets go on him.
Just dragging that big bloody thing back onto the track. And he's really got to just settle down here, heart rate down, refocus. Don't be too gun shy either. Easily done. It's either you can just overdo it and try and make your time back, or just lose the edge on your pace because you don't want to push it too hard. Does he pit, J-Man? Oh, it's very slippery. Here it is.
I reckon he's got a, because that cost him 10 seconds, 10 and a half seconds. That's
yeah. So not ideal. Shane Fodado in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take this time to remind you, 25% off all the lights happened tonight.
Sorry.
Just remember that. So hit the like button. 25% off. You'll get a discount. Come on. Jump on it. What does it look like? So, more importantly, come on.
Devo's bullshit sale pitch, sorry, is Gunther Rowe.
Let's do it.
I want to see what this lap time is because he's gone from 6.5 seconds up the road to 4. What was the lap time? Just get a read on that. Where is he? Okay, so he's not through the lap yet, but Pete Dawson is a lot closer. 3.9 seconds, so he has lost all sorts of time somewhere. Okay, so I'm getting...
PD, Hyper's just sneaking past, Will Dixon there just sneaking past PD as we speak.
Shane Fodado coming up a bit late. Oh, and tags the wall on exit.
Not ideal.
No, what has it done to that car? Give me a look at it. No, it looks relatively... It was a low-speed impact, so it looks okay. But Gunther Rowe definitely had something go wrong. Lose over a second that lap. Actually lost nearly 2 seconds. Macrolos got through on Hayden Tegg also, Davo, just in the recent past.
Yes, Teggles showing plenty of attitude after the pit stop, pushing the Lexus very hard. and sneaks past tags in the background there as we're just catching up on some of the cars further up the field. Shane Fudderdo. Yeah, little mistake there. We spotted pre-pit stop, and then maybe a little bit of a mistake on the exit as well, as we just see him round up Hayden Tegan starting to hunt down the back of Macrolos's car, which he'll dispatch that pretty bloody quickly as he does. But yeah, massive gap between Frodo and Dixon now, J-Man.
Yeah, there is a big gap. Gunther just stabilising that gap again, back up to 5.3. So last lap time around for those boys. Just having a look. So
remember,
Gunther still sitting on a 201 average versus PD's 203.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Now remember, Dixie hasn't pitted yet either, J-Man. So as you can see the data there on the totem there, fairly hefty gap between first and second. The road, like J-Man just mentioned, healthy lead over Pete Dawson, but it's only a quick camera pan away, so these guys aren't that far apart in reality. And both yet to pit, J-Man.
Yes. So Gunther Rowe doing a beautiful job at the moment, just to just keep banking these laps. I just saw Dixie's last lap was a 46.6, best of a 45.5. Shane Fodderdo last lap round 45.8. So he is on the gas.
Yep.
Really pushing hard at the moment.
Yep.
Just get a read on Will Dixon's last lap round. He goes at 45.7, so he's a 10th away from what Fodderdo just did. As he just rounds up
Robbie Fox.
Mr. Fox.
It's a crazy speed difference. So we just picked that up on camera. Awesome stuff from the boys. Particularly these guys are leading their classes at the moment, the likes of Will Dixon and Gunther Rowe. J-Man keeping
get a read on
up to date with the breakdown here. Yes, J-Man.
Hey, you're right. I'm just trying to get a read on a couple of things from these guys here. So Gunther Rowe, whereas he's coming up to Stowe.
And through Stowe.
Right, just give you a read on Harry Lawrence's pace, remembering that he's gone for a big undercut here. See what his pace is. He runs a 2:02.5 that lap around. So we'll give you a read once we see Gunther Rowe come through, once he does get there, on what his last lap time was. Previous lap for Gunther was actually a 2:03.4.
Dixon in the pits.
Okay, so there you go, Dixie in. So let Shane Fodderdo bring back some margin, and the margin should somewhere come out by my calculations with Dixie still on top to the tune of around about 13 odd seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a touch more. Good to see Shane still pressing on though. Never say never.
Oh,
Good
definitely.
racing IQ, Shane. He knows anything can happen.
Well, I think it's going to be more than bloody 13 seconds.
Oh,
I
it
tell
is.
ya.
It looked like a very, very good stop from Will Dixon. Very good stop.
That's a big chunk, J-Man.
That is a big chunk. So, I'm sure whether Shane had another incident that I didn't see, but
Possibly.
it's a big margin. It's more like 30 seconds.
Yeah. As he comes up to sneak past the number 43 car of Stephen Crossland.
So 44.9. That one there for Shane Fodderdo. So he's on the gas. He's just set the fastest lap of the race. So he's got some work to do with the 26-second deficit to Will Dixon. Now Dixon on fresh rubber. Gunther Rowe last lap through was a 205. 205.8. So what has that done to the margin? So that's pulled the margin down to around about 4 seconds for Pete Dawson. His last lap, he was a 203.3. So, and something went array there for Gunther Rowe. These guys burning up the energy now. 7% left for Gunther Rowe, 9% for PD, 9% for Crossan. Robbie Mitchell down to 6%. And obviously we get into the revitalised team, which is Harry Lawrence, Hayden Tegg, Costas Macrolos, and then Robbie Fox still to go.
I don't think he's pitted either, has he?
No.
No. So we would expect to start to see some pit stops, wouldn't we, from the GT class leaders, wouldn't we?
Yeah, very much so. I think definitely going to see some movement shortly. As we do, we see Pete Dawson in, and did he pull it up? He left nothing on the table on pit entry. He was all sorts of crossed up and scrambling for the pit limiter button to try and pull it up. And I think he did it. We'll find out not too far away. But mate, that was tight. He left nothing left.
Nothing left.
Anything left at all to come into the lane, man. I just picked up on that in car and it was full left hand down.
Here we go.
The
Robbie,
corner was going right.
Yeah, Robbie Mitchell also rolling. And we will soon find out, J-Man, whether he's got it right or not. Robert Mitchell on the jack. PD
No
rolling
worries
out.
for PD. He's away.
Okay, cheesy. I think he was like full, both feet, pull back on the steering wheel. Ah, stop you bastard. Robbie Mitchell off the jacks.
Yeah, where's Tegg?
Tegg's
coming through.
going past, mate.
Yep. Good job from Hayden Tegg.
Yeah, super clean race from Teggles tonight, J-Man. Really has been. And you've been calling it with the times, most consistent times. So nice work.
Yeah, well, Hayden Tegg back down to an average of now Hayden Tegg's down to a 202.7. So he's doing a good job. And the guys above him that haven't stopped, the likes of Rowe, Crossland, and Dawson, all into about a 203, 204 average now. So this is when you'll start making those gains back out on track, and especially somebody like Harry Lawrence. I really feel like he's going to play himself into that by breaking this race down a little bit further towards the halfway mark.
Yeah.
And optimising the run through. Obviously, he's going to pay He's going to pay a fine at the back end by way of the base falling away a little bit with a degrading tyre, but look, he might buy himself some track position here.
Yeah. So I noticed Bacallos back in 9th as well at the moment, Joe Man.
Yep.
We saw come out just behind Hayden
Croston.
and then sneak
Croston
back past him. So, interesting.
Okay, Harry Lawrence, Steve Crossan. Steve Crossan's trundling down at 60k an hour. Harry Lawrence coming through at 230k an hour. It's going to swing past Steve Crossan into Cox into turn 1, gets that position. Hayden Teague's coming out of Woodcote onto the front straight. Crossan is up and running, so he's not going to get that one. It's Harry Lawrence on the gas at the moment, so that's cool. 201.8 average for Harry Lawrence, so he is the fastest average guy in the last 5 laps.
That's it.
A little bit by way of obviously PD having done his pit stop as well. He's in there on 11.9. He'll tidy that up as the laps come to the data.
Okay, so the question is, when does Gunther Rowe pit, J-Man? What's the energy rating on that?
He's at 0%.
Is he coasting?
Oh, he's full electric mode at the moment. Yep.
Well, he's buggered.
Oh, he has just gone a lap too long, and Pete Dawson, this will be music to his ears. He had about a 4-second margin to try and work with, maybe 5 seconds. And I'll tell you what, Gunther Rowe, I reckon that cost him every bit of that margin.
Yeah, you know it. Don't they get a penalty if they go below 0?
We don't see the decimal points, and these guys are pretty accurate with their thing, but however, post-race, we'll soon find out as to whether or not he gets 100 seconds added, and that would be a real shame for what will be, up to this point, an incredible drive. It probably screams of maybe a Red Bull driver winning 19 poles and bloody 50 million races and not winning a championship yesterday. But however, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And I tell you what, Pete Dawson has already got that. Pete Dawson has got that position already comfortably. I tell you what, Harry Lawrence, where is he? He's going to be under threat. Is going to throw from Harry Lawrence. Here he comes, flying through Cops, and he's right on him. So Gunther Rowe goes from P1 to the tune of 5 seconds ahead to P2 with a whole lot of pressure from a very invigorated Harry Lawrence on a tyre that's up to race pace. So here we go.
And that's all due to that running low on the VE, J-Man, yeah?
Yep, and here comes Dixie just to add a hyper to the mix.
Oh, here we go. The blue flag is there, literally overtaking down Hangout, J-Man.
Yeah, Harry Lawrence chucks it into Stowe. Looks back down the inside. Can he outbreak Gunther Rowe down here?
Oh, G won't let it happen that easy, J-Man. You and I both know that.
He's a very good breaker as Gunther Rowe.
It's getting hot.
Yep.
As we wind down here. Less than 20 minutes to go, J-Man.
Taken 10 seconds out of the margin of Will Dixon. Sorry, Ovo. He has taken 10 seconds out. Actually, 11 seconds. Harry Lawrence to the inside of Gunther Rowe. They're going to argue about this one.
How freaking close is those two cars then?
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there.
Oh, no!
Oh, Gunther Rowe wicks it up on the curve, and that has effectively Harry Lawrence to P2. But more importantly, Pete Dawson just stayed true to the course, ran his own race, and finds himself.
Well, here we are. Calling superlatives at Harry Lawrence and Gunther Rowe, and you're right, J-Man. PD just sticking with it and staying solid, as we can see just in the background there. That is Shane Fonato, the second of the hypers, coming through that field. Steve Crossan, first cab off the rank there. Let's get a little bit of, sort of over the dash look here. Oh, Shane.
So there you have it. 48.2 for Will Dixon, plays a 45.6 for Shane Fonato. So he is making time. That margin now 13.4. It was 26 seconds post pit stop. Now is 13.7.
And getting
Just
held
stuck behind
up.
a GD car.
Yeah, just getting held up there a little bit. That's Harry there. So it's coming through the lead pack. Yeah, those guys pretty handy in the GT car. And Shane really did have to get off it there, didn't he? And just wait. Nice work, PD. So Will Dixon up the point. Shane Frodo, truly, really fast at that gap between himself and Dixie there. PD.
Well, like I said, Davo, you take the spin out of it, which was around about 10.5 seconds. You take the spin out of it, and Shane Frodo is well and truly in the hunt with Dixon. So he'll rue the moment the car went round on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Which was basically 10 to 12 or 13 seconds. You're right. That's exactly right. So
I'll stick with Will Dixon here and just see if he's just tidied up the lap speed based on what we saw. 48.2 the lap before is by no means where he needs to target, and runs through on a 48.3. So that car has lost a lot of pace. It has lost a lot of pace based on that lap, and then we just have a look at Frodo come through, and he comes through on a 47.6, so still a second quicker.
Yeah, and with traffic, J-Man, mind you. So that was with the overtake.
You do the math. You do the math, Dave.
Mate.
16.5 minutes left to run. He's 13.5 seconds behind. If he makes a second a lap, we've got a great finish.
You know it. Fought it up. Pushed it hard. Best lap of the race with a 44.9.
Hayden Tegg doing a stellar job too. 11.5 seconds off the bank of Gunther Road, but however, fourth in class at the moment, ahead of the likes of Crossan, Mitchell, Macrolos and Fox. So good solid race for Teggy at the moment.
Yeah, we're watching you, Costa. We see you ducking and a weaving there. Looks like he was trying to get a bit of turn in his tyres. But he does have Will Dixon honing it very rapidly, J-Man, as they roll out of the final corner here. And you will see that BMW Hyper. The last on pass.
Just see the lap time again. 47.1 that time. So he just tidied it up, dropped back into the 47s. He's just been running in the 48s, so back into the 47s. Get a read on Shane Frodo now. Shane Frodo crosses with a, I believe that was a 46.
Well, I think he needed to respond, didn't he, really? Because he probably did the same math as we just did and just went, well, you know, there's freaking 13 minutes left.
Jump on an inboard with Shane Frodo and watch the wheel work. Obviously, there's not a lot of wheel work coming down Hanger Straight, but man, he is busy behind the wheel of this thing. The inputs are assertive, and there's plenty of them.
Yeah, we did actually pick up a bit of Frodo in-car stuff at Imola last week, and it was very similar. There was a lot going on. Doesn't mind throwing a car around, J-Man. Does our man, Shane.
Run it. It's still trending, Davo. It's 14 minutes with just under 12 seconds now. So it's still trending the way of Shane Frodo to get back in touch with Dixie towards the back end.
The gap is now 11.5 seconds, and we have just under 14 minutes to go. It is doable, and he is pushing hard for it as well. PD leading the GT class, J-Man. he will not want to blink though. Harry Lawrence in camera shot in the background, albeit you know, a couple of seconds back or more. But look, it's Lawrence, for F's sake. Like, this is where he shines. It is this part of the race.
Yeah, and it was 5 seconds, it's now 3.1. I can tell you now, it was still 9/10 of a second to Faraday that time around. 46.9 for Will Dixon, plays a 46.000 for Shane Faraday, so 9/10 of a second again. So he's still hitting that target number, still trying to make that a second a lap. He's got a little bit in the bank. He can afford to probably be at 9/10, but if he has a big win, 2.5 or something a lap, if Dixie catches the lap traffic at the wrong spot.
That's all it takes though, isn't it, J-Man? Like, it's just...
It's now under 11, well, it was just under, it was 10.8 seconds is the margin. So these boys are at it, and as you mentioned, Harry Lawrence starting to mount some sort of attack now. 2.8 seconds, he's closing the margin. Pete Dawson, we know this is going to go down to the wire. They've driven away a little bit from Gunther Rowe now, 6 seconds. Hayden Tegg doing a good job.
And it's not just us that can see this data. Like, these guys are reading these games. They know it. Dixon knows Shane's coming. Dawson knows Lawrence is coming. So they've got to respond somehow. So great down to the wire battle. I think we're going to see here again. J-Man, it was awesome last week. We're going to see it again.
Can Dixie respond? Here we go. What's the lap time? Goes through that time, 46.4, so he's dropping the lap time. He's responded. Can Shane respond even further? Can he get back into the 45s? Yes, he can. 45.3. So there you go. Whatever Will Dixon can do, Shane can do better.
It is on, and it's not just the hypers, but look in the background as we just have focus on PD leading the GT class cars at the moment. That is Harry Lawrence behind.
That's shaping up now, 2 seconds even now, so he can see him now. He's got full visual, he's on the same piece of racetrack, he's on the straight, coming down the Wellington straight, heading down into Brooklands and into Luffield.
Tricky little sequence of corners here, particularly
chewing away.
The last little bit here. This corner seems to go on forever. Multiple apexes, undulations, off camera. We see Lawrence. What do the times look like, J-Man?
Oh, they're looking hot. We're going to get a read shortly as Will Dixon gets a favourable run as he came out of Aintree down the Wellington straight to get past one of the back markers. I think it was Robbie Mitchell. So looks like a pretty tidy lap here, and he needs to respond. Just seen every lap that he's gone better. Shane's gone a second to 1.1 better again. So if he can keep dropping these times, it'll be favourable because it's around 10.2 seconds the margin now. So he does run through on a 46.001 and we'll get a very quick read, around 10 seconds time of Shane Faraday, and he comes through. Looks to be in the 45s that time through.
Crazy stuff. Clinical from Dixon. Car looks smooth. He looks focused. We just saw Faraday slip across the back of shot there. But
so
Dixon, very calculated.
First lap in a while.
Yeah, that he's
only made about a tenth, maybe a tenth and a half. So 9 minutes to go, 9.9 seconds the margin. Is it plateaued? Is that the run? Is that all it's got? Has he used up all the tyre? 46.9 is the lap average for Will Dixon. 46.1 is the lap average for Shane Faraday. We've been calling it. You can see it. He's consistently nearly a second.
Oh, he's right. He's right there. He's right there.
9.2, 9.4 average at the moment behind. So he's closing it down. Harry Lawrence now 1.4 seconds. He's closing this margin down. Boy, these boys ramping it up at the back end of this one.
Mate, well, they want to get a wriggler on. There's only under 8.5 minutes to go. But, look, very reminiscent of last week, a J-Man, where we saw it really ramp towards the end of the race. No surprise.
Yep.
The switch has been flicked. It's just like, oh, okay. Oh, we're going to finish in less than 10 minutes? Let's get a wriggler along.
47.0 that time for Will Dixon. Shane Fodderdo was a 45.4. And so you can see the margin now, 7.7 seconds.
Now, they're chunks. See, there's like, that it takes 2 minutes out of the equation because he gets, you know, like nearly 2 seconds in that lap. PD, clearly see Lawrence in the background, in shot there. Gunther actually not too far behind. Teggles, J-Man, holding down that fourth position. Awesome work from
I think he's got fourth locked in, mate. I really think
Teggles
got fourth locked in.
Yeah.
I tell you what is an interesting stat. 7 minutes 15 to go. 7.3 seconds the margin between Fodderdo and Will Dixon. Man, this is going to be,
epic.
If it keeps trending, a last lap showdown.
Absolutely, absolutely. Robbie Fox in the pits, J-Man in the number 69 car. And let's just get another sticky beak up at the pointy end here because we just see Will Dixon actually rolling past Gunther, who is currently third in the GT class. So well on his way to sneak past the GT class once again, as we expected at about this time of the race. Again,
watch out, Pete Dawson, Harry Lawrence is coming. 6.5 minutes to run, and effectively half a second is the margin.
Too close for PD, I reckon. He's probably sweating bullets, just going, oh no. Why do these races have to go this long?
48.9 last lap around for Will Dixon versus a 47.1 for Shane. He's still making the margin. It's around 7 seconds. He caught Jeff a little bit awkward there. He was 6.3. Now he's back to 6.8. He can see him. They're on the same piece of racetrack. They're on hanger straight together. Oh no, he's not actually. He's already gone through. Oh no, they are actually. I was
yeah, no, they're coming up on the back of bloody Lawrence and PD and Lawrence and nearly side by side into the same corner.
6.
So it's all going on. There goes Dixon. There's PD. There's Harry Lawrence. And if we just probably catch a long shot here, there will be Shane Fodderdo. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 and 2 in the Hypers and 1 and 2 in the GT cars. Right there. Lawrence is coming. Fodderdo's coming, J-Man.
Do they hold him up?
Oh, maybe because they just got this little awkward kink here. That will be a hold up there. Does he sneak it in here? He's got to really get it done.
Oh, he nailed it.
Wow.
5.6 is the margin with 4.5 or 4 minutes to go.
He needed to make that happen. Let's have a look at the background here, though. Harry Lawrence on PD on the inside.
Yeah,
oh.
On the inside. Yeah.
Pete trying to get that little bit of an over-under situation going on there. Still had a little bit of overlap there. Had to basically get out of it.
Yeah.
And it's made a gap.
7.3 for Dixon. 6.1 for Fodderdo. 5.5 seconds with 4.25 minutes.
We are counting. Everyone's counting. Come on, guys. Get on board with this. Gunther Road, 5th position, 3rd on the GT podium. The Hayden Tegg, Steve Costin, Robbie Mitchell, Costas Mac, and Robbie Fox rounding out the top 10 at the moment. Look, all eyes. Well, I know where J-Man's eyes are. They're watching the data on the gaps between Will Dixon and Shane Fodderdo. Now Lawrence has passed Peter. Whew.
I tell you what, big drive here from Will Dixon, but look, such a valiant effort for Shane Fodderdo. He's just not given up. After the spin, you know, you could have dropped the chin.
Oh, sure.
And really just thought that was it. But, man, he has put in a mega session since then. He went straight to the pits after the spin. Lost about 10.5 seconds. Came out 26.8 seconds behind post pit stops, but really just dropped the hammer in this thing. And look, the difference is 4.8 seconds with just under 3 minutes to go. So
it's epic comeback, but not enough. I don't think, J-Man. Look, I just got to point out the body language. We've just got vision on Will Dixon at the moment. Very clinical. We've seen the end cast off of him. Very smooth driver. In absolute contrast, Shane Fodderdo, look at him there. Throws the freaking Cadillac at the corner.
mate, yeah. And that was a 45.2 for Shane. Plays a 45.9 for Dixie. So, you know, even with that erratic behaviour, he's still making margins. So.
It's still classic Fodderdo. To you and me, we just like it doesn't surprise us. But yeah, just looking at those two guys' style, totally different. It might have something a little bit to do with the cars as well. But yeah, Shane Fodderdo in full form once again here. First and second
between Harry Lawrence and Pete Dawson. So it's, you know, Harry Lawrence has done a beautiful job. Took the early pit stop, undercut these boys and race back through and pass them on track as well. But he needs to keep it straight, keep it true for another, probably one more lap after this to seal the deal. And we've seen this time and time again that Harry Lawrence, late qualifying, saw him start from P4, finds himself in P1 with effectively 1 to go.
And then, yeah, a little bit of a distance behind, but nice work from Gunther Rowe as well. That was right in the battle early on the race in the GT class cars. And Hayden Tagg, J-Man.
Yeah, beautiful drive. Teggy, 5.8 off the back of Gunther. With a question mark over Gunther Rowe. With the energy, did he maximise that, or do we see plus 100? And then Tegg actually ends up with a class podium. It's yet to be disclosed. Obviously, we saw him come in probably a lap too late with the in-lap with the energy available.
Shane again, just picking up one of the GT cars in a little bit of an awkward spot there. So Dixie maybe just getting that little bit of an advantage once again, but that is Hypers or multi-class racing just in general, isn't it, J-Man?
Yeah. And this will be the final lap, so this will be all she wrote. It's probably going to end up somewhere around about that 3.5 to 4 second margin between those two, but such a great run from both those boys. Pete Dawson still staying in touch. 0.9 of a second is the margin with Harry Lawrence, so he hasn't given up. Here's PD. The way Shane's driving, you'd think neither is he. He's hoping for a Hail Mary here.
Anything could happen. I mean, seriously. But I mean, we haven't had any sort of weird surprises from Will Dixon over the past few weeks, so I don't expect it to happen tonight either. So Dixie on point as usual, J-Man. PD.
And look at back a shot. Look at back a shot. There is Shane Fodderdo. Will Dixon across the line. Comes across. Last lap was a 47.1. Shane cuts across. Didn't see what the last lap time was, but he was within 2.7 or 2.5 anyway. Harry Lawrence, next car out on track, third outright in class, but first overall in class. I said that the wrong way round, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know. It's getting late. But yeah, the boys still going hard at it, but well done. Will Dixon over Shane Fodderdo, first and second in the Hypers, J-Man. hard-fought battle between those two, as is the battle that's been going on between Lawrence PD and really, we've sort of got to add Gunther and Tegs and cross into that because there was a lot going on for the first probably 2/3 of the race. So nice work from all those boys. But Lawrence takes it out. Never underestimate this man. I tell you, J-Man, PD right in behind there. Second in class in the Ferrari.
Does it with a beautiful 201.3 average as well, so it just really shows the pace at the back end. Even though he pit stopped early, Harry Lawrence really had some great car pace. Pete Dawson, stunning job, P2. Gunther Rowe salvages a P3. Is he finished yet? And I don't see any penalties, so
yeah, nice work.
All good there. And
Steve,
then Hayden Tegg.
Round. The final corner, as well as does Robbie Mitchell in the background in the Bilstein BMW. Costas Makrolos already in the garage, as is Robbie Fox, J-Man.
Righto, I got something a little different here. I'm going to grab the hyper
let's
cars down here for the podium interview, and I've actually grabbed both of them down there. Was such a fitting battle. Yeah, first off, congrats, Dixie. What a fantastic win, and well done, Shane Fododo. What a mega stint to chasing down Dixie. It was epic challenge, mate. Well done, boys.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm just
thanks, fellas.
Gutted with myself that I spun on my inlet.
Yeah, so that
10 seconds.
10.5 second it cost you. You came out, was a deficit of 26.9 seconds, and then obviously it equalised, and you chased down a very good tally. It was around about an average of 1 to 1.1 seconds, the hunt down for Dixie, who was, by his accounts, very silky smooth behind the wheel versus the erratic behaviour we were seeing from Shane Fododo's wheel work.
Yeah, well, that didn't really surprise us.
Mate, you know, when the car was turning right, the wheel was left. It was a fantastic battle, boys. You know, ended up being just the two of you out on track. However, you put on a hell of a show, the both of you.
Oh,
well done.
Oh, yes.
That was good fun. Yeah, I was pissed off that I spun, so I was just ragging it, and it actually sticks. Yeah, that's cool. Good race, Will. It was good fun at the start.
Yeah, cheers. No, that was great.
And Will, could you see him? Could you see the deltas, the margin coming? Were you in management mode, mate, or were you not aware at all of the pace Shane was coming at the back end?
Yeah, for sure. And I also just caught, like the second half, just caught a lot of traffic in the bad areas, and I was just lifting really early, and like there was no point taking any risks, so I was losing a lot of time just doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, but the first half, Sydney seemed to get like a lot of good opportunities in traffic, but like I saw Shane must have had an incident, so I was just sort of just taking it easy behind the traffic when I come to it.
Yeah, nice. And hey, can you just give us a quick update? When I was looking at the totem, it looked like the third hyper. So it looked like Fraser took a hard tyre. Shane, you're on a medium. However, yours, Will, the icon's different. What tyre were you on for that, mate?
I stuck a hard on the front left, and the rest were medium.
Okay, so that's why the front left was a red dot. Okay,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, because I only
both left.
Right. Okay. Well, that was a lesson for us because I was looking at it. And I think you obviously trialled that in practice as well because I thought I saw it in practice. So you obviously did your homework on that one, Dixie, and it paid off.
Yeah, I only managed to get about 10-15 minutes practice on Friday night, but yeah, I did notice the left tyre was copping a flogging, so I just thought I'd give it a crack.
Yeah, nice work, boys. Hey, well, look, congratulations. Hell of a show.
Yep.
Kept us entertained. Obviously, we're watching two races, but man, you boys really had us on our toes for the better part of that one. So well done, boys. Thanks for the chat.
Cheers, guys.
Good cheers, guys.
Legends.
All right, so there you go. That is 1 and 2 in class for the hypers, and then I guess
what have we got? What have we got left over? No, say that. No.
Okay.
Right.
We've got okay.
Get them boys up here. Come on, I need to talk.
Okay, we've lost Harry Lawrence, but we do have Pete Dawson and Gunther Rowe, who
Okay,
went 2-3.
let's do that.
So we'll
Yeah.
grab 2-3 down here.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's talk to P3 first. Gunther Rowe had a commanding lead and just might have pushed the margin a little bit there, mate, on the energy on the inlet.
VE?
Talk to us how close was that?
I literally just self-sabotage. I looked at the wrong line for a split second, looked at my fuel, and it said 1.1 laps.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet, okay. So I'll roll this lap and I'll come in with 0.1%. Then as soon as I looked from the left, the right to the left and looked up to see what everybody else's percentage, because everybody else had pitted, and went, why does it say 2%? Like, what?
Oops.
I was like, okay, I guess I'm using sixth. That's it for the rest. And it was like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
And so I on top of that, I had already decided to change tires. And so I took the tires off and I'd pushed those tires as like I was pushing them hard, not trying to save them, obviously up until screwing up my VE. And then it didn't matter after that. I saved myself 12 seconds and probably went back 15.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Now give us a quick insight, mate. Obviously, we're seeing you in the Hyper and jump back to the GD car at round 4. Does as a driver, obviously you've got your reasons for doing that, whether that's an enjoyment factor or what, I'm not sure. But like as a driver going back to the GD car, did it just feel like everything had slowed down a bit and it was maybe a bit easier to take it all in?
Well, I picked the Ferrari, which is very, very different than the BMW, which I'm normally driving. So the Ferrari sort of probably felt the most like a hypercar, but yeah, just slower, but then twitchier, if that makes sense. So, because you kind of, I don't know, it's weird. You're sort of trying to push
less aero.
Yeah, you're pushing on the limit of them, but it seems to be a harsher line, put it that way, where the hypers do drift a little bit and you can put a bit of a slide in. So I definitely feel there's a difference in that. But yeah, I just after last week where my computer restarted and then the week before that having something else going wrong, it's just like I just need to just go and
have some
take
fun.
George's car and sit in it instead. He looked like he was doing all right.
Yeah, and Pete Dawson, well done, mate. Look, you had a fantastic race. First off with G there for a bit, and then obviously your eyes would have been like dinner plates, mate, when you came out of those post pit stops and got back to the lead. But then obviously had all sorts of pressure with Harry Lawrence coming, and we know how he goes at the back end, mate. But look, you fought valiantly and literally hung on to him right to the very end, Pete. So by your account, very good race.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting it tonight. I had a really hard day at work and I even thought about not racing tonight, but glad I did. And I had a really good race with Gunther and always knew Harry was coming. But I was surprised.
That was pretty tough. Being stuck between you and Harry. Jesus, I was like, I can't do anything wrong here.
No.
And then Pete's covering every corner like a demon. So, God, give me a break.
I was a bit of a roadblock for a while.
Yeah, but
you do a really great job of it, though.
Yeah, you were taking all the right lines, and even when it came, there was so much side by side. It was beautiful, and look, Crossy had the box seat at that point of the race too to watch on what was going on. He would have been absolutely loving that battle. His Twitch stream would have been blowing up deluxe. So no, look, another fantastic performance, Pete and Gunther. Well done to you boys, and shout out to Harry Lawrence. Come to expect these performances where he drives back through. He pitted a little earlier than you two boys, and
come back in.
Yeah,
yeah,
and brought himself back into it. But that is the podium. You guys are a part of the podium, so well done on another fantastic night. Gave us plenty of entertainment right the way to the final lap. So well done, boys.
Yeah, thanks guys. A lot of fun.
Good stuff. Right. Talk to you next week. Thanks, lads.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you.
Oh, Davo, that's a wrap. That's another one done. That is 4 out of 6 down. I think we are off to. Where are we off to? We might be off to
hang on.
Spa or
hang on.
somewhere.
I've got a calendar.
You do, you do, and hey, shout out to the live viewers tonight. The interaction,
Of
obviously,
course.
buying into the bullshit 25% off that Davo was selling.
Fuck off, J-Man.
I'm not sure. I'm not signing up for that. It
Come
sounds
on.
like some sort of pleb sales pitch, but
I thought I would have had you on board. You know, like where's my fucking wingman when I need one?
mate, I like you without a sale, mate. It's a shoey. But
Yeah. Nah, awesome stuff. And
well
thanks,
done.
thanks that actually did fall for the 25% discount too. Well,
You're
I
an
got
idiot.
I got 4 of them. J-Man, look at that. See that? I got 4
Yeah.
freaking likes. So I, you know. Anyway, the calendar's on, and thank you for those
That's
4
it.
guys.
That's it, Jacob. It is a Black Friday.
Stop it, you two. Both of you is ganging up on me. Stop gaslighting. Spa,
Yeah,
next
it's the
week,
shit we've got to
round
put up
5.
with.
Yes. Well, there you go. Round 5, awesome race again, as it was last week and the week before. J-Man, these guys are always putting on a show. Awesome stuff. Once again, and we at Monday night next week, same match channel. See what I did there? Anyway, just come back. We'll see you next Monday. It'll be LMU again. It'll be Rain Light Racing again. We'll see you tomorrow night for Supercars NZ iRacing. It'll be freaking awesome. Thanks for
Bye for
tuning
now.
in. Bye for now. Bye.